Hello, welcome back to Soul Search Sunday with Johnny Tiger. The date is December 20th, 2020. There we are with that magical combination again, 2020. I'm feeling a little bit sad because apparently my neighbor's cat had gotten run over by a car. Now, while I do not personally have any history with that cat, it has been a neighborhood staple ever since I moved into the neighborhood. It was here before I was here, and it just seemed like it would always be here until uh, maybe one day I move away. Every time my friends came to see me, they would pull into the driveway and they would make some remark about there's a big, dirty looking gray cat laying about in the driveway. And I would make some kind of joke about, please do not run over my neighbor's cat. And I never thought that it would actually happen. Well, I mean, my friend didn't run her over, but apparently she has gotten struck by a car. Just to show you that sometimes things that we take for granted, even a small thing like a neighborhood dog, neighborhood cat, can suddenly, very abruptly go away. But that is not the main topic of today. I just thought I wanted to get that off of my chest. And I think there is some lesson to be learned in that. When I was 15 years old, after I came back to Canada, I had a couple of friends that I met in school. I would hang out with. They were both girls, but they were not like girlfriends. Not you know, not in a romantic way, not in a any kind of way. We were just friends. I still remember their name. There were a couple of Cantonese girls. One was named Annie. One was named Gerda. Now Gerda was a kind of unusual name, especially for a Chinese immigrant. I don't quite remember how this got started, but it's went something like this. One day, Annie was out shopping and ran into my younger brother. And Annie and my younger brother started talking, and Annie said, you know, your older brother is pretty cool. And my younger brother said, you mean David? And Annie said, no, I mean your blind brother, Johnny. He's really cool. Uh, Gerda and I, we really like him. Especially Gerda. Gerda really liked your brother. She really thinks the world of him. A simple, innocent little compliment. And then my younger brother went home and talked to his girlfriend on the phone. And he said to his girlfriend, "Oh, I ran into this girl today, and this girl named Annie that I see in school sometime. And she complimented my brother Johnny, and she said her friend Gerda really thinks the world of Johnny." Exactly what Annie said. Okay, my younger brother didn't change a single word. And then his girlfriend went on to tell her girlfriend, "Oh, do you know Annie and Gerda in class? Apparently Gerda really liked Peter's brother, Johnny." And I don't know how many times that got passed on through the grapevine before it came back to my older brother, David. By the time it reached back to my older brother, David, it turned into, you know that those girls, Annie and Gerda, apparently Gerda really fancies your brother Johnny, and she really wants to sleep with him. So that was the version I heard when my older brother came and tell me. Now, whether there were some malicious intent somewhere along the line, or on the part of my older brother David, or just the way gossip and rumors tend to get twisted out of shape after being passed and on a few times. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of all of those factors. But by the time I heard it, it went from a simple, innocent compliment from one friend to another friend's brother to this friend is fantasizing about so and so's brother and wants to sleep with him. Keep in mind, I was like 15. I didn't really know much about how to deal with this kind of stuff. In the beginning, I pretty much tried to ignore it. I tried to think that maybe those rumors were silly and it was, come on, I mean, Annie and Jordan, they're just like we're friends. That would be awkward. So I didn't acknowledge any of that. But I couldn't unhear. I couldn't get it out of my mind. I couldn't get the rumor, the gossip out of my mind. So every time I was hanging out with Annie and Gerda, especially if I was hanging out with Gerda, well, I would start to monitor her behavior, and it seemed like everything she did was proving the gossip to be true. She was so tentative, she was so nice, she was so uh, interested in things I wanted to do. Everything just seemed to prove that, yeah, she actually had something for me as she was fancying me. Finally, one day I couldn't take the suspense anymore, and I got her alone, and I said to Gerda, I said, "Hey, something really I need to talk to you about, and it's been on my mind for a while. This is what I heard. I heard that you feel that way about me. But I need you to know that I have a girlfriend. I enjoy our friendship, but no, I can't. We can't be that way." I'll never forget the reaction that came out of her. She laughed. She actually laughed, and she said, "I I don't feel that way about you. I like you. I think of the world of you. I really like you as a friend. You're really cool, especially being blind and being so accomplished and successful and getting into so many stuff. But I don't feel that way about you. You don't have to worry." Now it was my turn to be embarrassed, and maybe because of that embarrassment, maybe because of me approaching this the wrong way, we were awkward with each other ever since that. And pretty soon after, we stopped hanging out as friends. We weren't even in contact with each other anymore. I was sorry to lose a friend over this silly gossip, but one thing I gained from this was I vowed that I would be more careful in the future, that From that point on, I would double check and triple check my facts when I hear a rumor. I wouldn't jump to conclusion. I wouldn't embarrass myself and embarrass the other person like that again. Fast forward 22 years. Last month, the neighborhood pub that me and my best friend Harvey and Maggie often frequented got closed due to coronavirus COVID-19 restriction violation. They had to close for a few days while they got their affairs in order before they could reopen again. But luckily, they did reopen and things went back to normal with some new, tighter restrictions while they were at the pub. Earlier this week, this past Tuesday, in fact, I was talking to a friend, and my friend told me that the pub got closed again. So, for the rest of the week, whenever I came across someone who know about that pub, I say to them, do you know that the pub got closed again because of the pandemic restriction violation? Today, my best friend Harvey and Maggie called me on the phone and said, hey, let's go to the pub and hang out and have some beer, have some dinner. And again, I said, oh, I guess you guys didn't know. It got closed again. And my friend Harvey was chagrined. He said, no, really? Come on. Are you sure? You want to call them and confirm? Maybe go on their website? So, just to humor him, I did. And wouldn't you know it? They were open. So, I called them on the phone, and when someone picked up, I asked the bartender, I said, I thought you guys were closed due to the violating the restriction. He said, oh no, that was last month. I said, but I heard this last week. He said, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. We only got closed down that one time. After hanging up the phone, I sat there and I was thinking, why would my friend lie to me about this? Something went wrong in the communication. What was it? I started replaying our conversation in my head, and this is exactly how it went. She said, you know, they're really tightening up the restriction. A lot of places are getting closed down. That pub on number 3 road, I'm not going to give you the name of the pub, by the way. I don't want to hurt their business or anyway. But she said, that pub on number 3 road, I drove by there and they got closed down because they violated the restriction. And I said, no, you mean that pub? She said, yeah, that pub, that's the one. I said, yeah, but I thought they got closed down once already. She said, well, I don't know, and I don't know about that time, but they're closed down. I said, when did you see this? She said, oh, I don't know, a couple of days ago. I don't know if you guys can see where the problem is right there. The problem here is the key phrase that is the problem is, I don't know, a couple days ago. For me, who frequent that pub, to whom this news actually matters, I took her literally. When she said, I don't know, a couple of days ago, since we were having this conversation Tuesday, I was thinking, not a couple of days ago, Monday, Sunday, maybe Saturday. So that's recent, this last week. But to her, who never goes to that pub, who is not a pub goer, to whom this is not really all that important, it's just a conversational filler. When she said, oh, I don't know, a couple of days ago, she really wasn't sure. Most likely, she drove by there last month when they were closed down, and she saw it, and she just thought to bring this up in the conversation this past Tuesday. In another word, her version of, I don't know, a couple of days ago, and my understanding of, I don't know, a couple of days ago, were drastically different. Now, this is not really that big of a deal. My friend didn't lie to me. I didn't really create any big problem. This was just one of those little ripples in life that bound to happen from time to time. So why am I talking about it? Why am I using it for Soul Search Sunday? Because I think there's a very important reminder here that 25, 26 odd years ago, I made a promise to myself to always check, double check, triple check the fact, to never go off of rumor again in fear of further embarrassment. And while I've done really, really good on that front, incidences like the pub closing down just remind me that I'm not perfect. I mean, I always know I'm not perfect, but it's nice to have this little reminder every so often so we don't let our guard down. This incident, this harmless little incident, is here to remind me that I can't take things for granted just because a friend said so. Sometimes, most times, it is really, really good to double check and triple check before you go on and pass the rumor onto someone else. Thank you for checking out today's Soul Search Sunday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Music Monday. For now, have a good night.